nothing else on my mind but a loaf of bread. And I'm on the bread aisle, and I've selected my bread, and I'm about to walk and exit the aisle. And all of a sudden, I hear this baby crying, screaming, and it rocked me to the core. And I didn't know what was going on, but it gripped my heart so deeply that I had to go find this baby. And so I did, and I hurried over, and I found this little baby. She was a little Hispanic girl, a little baby that had pinched her finger in a cart. But her mom was there, and she was consoling her daughter, and she was okay. But something was wrong with me, and I just couldn't shake it. As I walked to the cash register, and I purchased my bread, and I'm fighting back tears, and I'm exiting Walmart, and I walked through the parking lot, and I arrived at my truck, and I opened the door, and I climbed in, and I sat behind the wheel of my truck, and I'm weeping, and I just finally couldn't hold it anymore, and I broke, and I'm sobbing, and I'm weeping, and I started asking God, what's wrong with me? I said, God, what's wrong with me? This pain, somebody died. I feel like somebody died. He said, son, the pain you feel is mine. It's my pain. It's my grief. For all the millions of babies that have been killed. That Saturday morning, God rocked me, and he shook me to the core. And he said, I need you to go home right now, and you need to look at abortion. You need to look at what they are doing to my children. You need to look at it, because I didn't want to look at it. He said, well, no, if you're going to walk with me and you're going to obey me, you're going to look at it. And I did. And it crushed me. I saw babies torn apart. I saw their limbs. And let me say, I'm very pro-black. I am a black man. And I had said in my heart that I'm voting for Barack Obama. But as I'm finding, I'm researching, I'm digging, and I find this website called the Black Genocide. And my eyes begin to open, and I begin to see, and I'm researching about the whole eugenics movement. And I learn about Margaret Sanger and the Negro Project. And where she was the front person for the Carnegies and the Rockefellers, and how they recruited black pastors and black leaders to push the whole agenda of abortion, of birth control first. But birth control didn't work. As she had established Planned Parenthood, then it went to forced sterilization. And then finally, abortion. Targeting us. And the niece of Dr. Martin Luther King, Alveda King, says that the most dangerous place for an African American is in the womb of its mother. We know that in New York City, or New York State, where they're aborting more black babies than babies are being born. We know that statistically, the African American woman is murdering her children at a rate that is totally disproportionate of any other race in America. They make up about 14% of the population in America, but yet we're killing at 38% of abortions in America. We're responsible for. I said, you can't. You cannot, my son, support the slaughter of children, my children. You can't, I don't care how black you are. And he took me. I had never seen the scripture before. And he took me, he told me, he dropped it in my spirit when I'm crying out to him. He said, I need you to go look at 2 Kings 17:17. I had never seen it before, never heard of it. And when I turned in my Bible, King James, and I arrived at the scripture, and I wept. So you look at 2 Kings 17:17. I had never heard of this scripture before. But when I looked at it, it said, and they caused their sons and their daughters to pass through the fire. They sat their sons and their daughters. God is saying, that's what you're doing. And that's what my race, my people, are doing. God in me. I found the founder of this school, Kingdom Life Academy. And we reach out. I live in the black community. I work with the black community. I rescue black community. I have gone to prisons and reached out to people in jail, African Americans. My heart is given to the black community. We're murdering over 20. Now we're over 20 million babies that we have killed. No, I mean, black babies, black. We have killed over 20 million black babies alone. I'm not talking about the whole gen. No, it's black babies alone. We've got to stop this. And I commend you, citizens of Rusk, for having the courage to stand. To say, not in our city. Yeah. Not on our watch. We will stand with the Lord. Joshua said, and I'm done. He says, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Amen. We will serve the Lord. Amen. Rusk, stand with God. Amen. Stand with God.